Yo, in this urban gameplay video, I'm going to be counting down 5 games that went through turmoil of disappearance and never showed a sign of return ever.
Number 5.
Now this list isn't really based off great games, it's just games that disappeared and many will feel like good riddance when you say Afro Samurai 2. Now I personally wanted to see this game do really well, especially with the potential and the concept, but it was clear I was sailing a sinking ship. Although the developers did come up with an interesting idea, Samurai Warrior mixed with a hip hop feel, the execution was terrible to say the least. Yes, you build up an interest when the game starts, but as the story proceeds, the plot definitely weakens and becomes boring. The one good thing from this was that the developers shut the game down and called it a failure and decided to refund everyone their money back. I was still bitter on how bad the first one was, but thought that the fact that they was making a sequel, they must have improved everything, but how wrong was I?
Number 4.
Outrun Arcade Online was released back in 2009 by Sega. The game was applauded by the general gamers and even critics gave it a fair rating. In fact, the game achieved a score of 78% from different rankings around the world. So why did this decent racing game disappear from the market? As per publisher, their contract with Ferrari expired, and as a result, they had to officially take down the game from the PlayStation Network as well as Xbox Live Arcade. Whilst this by no means is the best racing game invented, it was still fun and one of those games that you can definitely pick up and play from time to time. It still leaves me asking the question, why didn't they renew the contract and let this hidden gem live?
Everything is just easy.
Number 3.
Yo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Turtle in Time Reshard is another game that was released back in 2009. The game was completely based off the 1991 arcade version, which was developed by Konami. Although the game failed to impress the critics and achieved a rating of roughly around 60 on the PlayStation as well as Xbox, it was a huge success and sold over 444,000 copies worldwide. The only thing in this game that I can see that demotivated a gamer was the inability to join a game that was already in progress, but other than that, the game received a lot of applause from its visually stunning graphics. This is another example of victimized games that were removed from the shelves because of an expired contract. All in all, this is definitely a great game, especially if you was a fan of the original arcade version of the game.
Number 2.
PT or Playable Teaser was a game that put you from a third-person perspective into a first-person feel within a horror game. This made PT a huge success among the fans, and the fact that this was a free download added to the success. PT was released as a teaser to the much bigger game Silent Hill, which was later cancelled by the developers. Now, since the main game itself wasn't coming out, there was no point in keeping the teaser alive. And this is just how the gaming world lost a wonderful game to a failure of developers. This is definitely one of those games that if you was a Silent Hill fan, you was looking forward to it dropping, and even if you had the opportunity to play this teaser or this demo or whatever you want to call it, you know that it set the stage for a great Silent Hill game to follow. But I guess sometimes as gamers we just have to wonder about what could have been.
Number 1.
Yo, as gamers, there are times when you think that I should download a game now and then you hold it off for a few months and then bam, no longer can you find a game on PSN or Xbox Live Arcade. Then you go online to see some forums that people are saying that the game is no longer available, and that has kind of happened for quite a few gamers out there when it comes to Scott Pilgrim versus the World. For those who downloaded and purchased this gem, then it's all good and hood, but for those who didn't, then I definitely would say that you've missed out big time. Following a novel and an accompanying movie, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was a side-scrolling beat-em-up game that was released by Ubisoft back in 2010. The game could be played by 4 players at a time and allowed for you to choose from a variety of characters with abilities that would upgrade as the game progresses. The beat-em-up also had a fair amount of magic and special abilities, which made the game even more interesting. Basically, the overall idea of the game was pretty simple. Kill, earn, shop, repeat. To see a game like this vanish due to contract expiration is really a hard pill to swallow. After going through the story of a lot of the games and then writing about the 5 games, there's one thing that is catching my curiosity. What stops companies from renewing their contracts? Now I must say, obviously games like Afro Samurai 2 we're glad to see the back of, but definitely Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of those games that definitely should be played and should be experienced from a lot of people who appreciate really good side-scrolling beat-em-up games. Anyway peeps, this is a very quick countdown that focuses focuses on games that have disappeared. Do let me know what you think about the games that disappeared and if you've ever got a chance to play any of them. Do hit the like button for more weekly countdown videos from Urban Gameplay, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the overall content on the channel. And until next Urban Gameplay video, we definitely say peace out, peeps.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more cool urban gameplay videos.